The Golden State Warriors might have regularly been on the hunt for an upgrade from Kevin Looney in recent years, but they never really reached desperate levels thanks to the veteran center's remarkable durability. That hasn't extended to his early tenure with the New Orleans Pelicans, though, with Looney's early injury concern forcing the front office into a desperate free agency move just days in the NBA regular season. Pelicans signed DeAndre Jordan to cover Kevin Looney's injury absence. As first reported by ESPN's Shams Charania on Friday, New Orleans have signed veteran center DeAndre Jordan to a one-year contract while waiving guard Jaden Springer to fortify their big man rotation. While Jordan could bring plenty from an experience and locker room perspective, signing the 37-year-old is a desperate move from a playing standpoint given he's been nothing but a backup with the Denver Nuggets over the past 3 seasons. The Pelicans were given little choice, though, based on their injury concerns, having started when Looney suffered a knee sprain during the first preseason game against Australia's Melbourne United earlier in the month. Looney is yet to make his Pelicans debut and remains out for Monday's home game against the visiting Boston Celtics, while young big men Yves Missi, ankle, and Carlo Matkovic, back, are also questionable for the matchup. Being forced into an in-season move to strengthen their center rotation was never really required for the Warriors since Looney became one of the most durable players in the league over recent years. The 3x NBA champion played an incredible 289 straight regular season and playoff games, having only been broken due to being removed from Steve Kerr's rotation. While he always remained incredibly healthy in his last couple of years with the franchise, Looney's role at the Warriors became more restricted due to his offensive limitations. The front office clearly placed their focus on signing Al Horford early in free agency, paving the way for Looney to sign a 2-year, $16 million contract with the Pelicans. While Horford is certainly an upgrade over Looney, there's an irony in the fact that Golden State may now need to make a mid-season move to strengthen their center rotation. Horford is being managed to around 20 minutes per game, while also resting from one night of back-to-backs. With limited impact and minutes from Quinton Post and Tracy Jackson-Davis, it wouldn't be overly surprising to see the Warriors acquire another center just like the Pelicans have done in signing Jordan. It's a good thing Stephen Curry defies age well into his age 37 season. The Golden State Warriors have insulated him with veteran talent like Buddy Hield, Al Horford, and Jimmy Butler. In recent years, the Warriors drafted Brandon Podziemski, Jonathan Kuminga, and Moses Moody. All 3 are solid, if not excellent, supporting players. However, Curry won't play forever. The Warriors had a chance to draft a franchise cornerstone in 2020 after an injury-riddled season gave them a prime lottery position. With the 2nd overall pick, they selected James Wiseman. On October 27th, Wiseman was waived by his 3rd team, the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers inked Mac McClung to his first multi-season contract, possibly ending Wiseman's NBA career. Golden State Warriors drafted bust in 2020. Drafted 2nd out of Memphis, Wiseman was expected to be an athletic, mobile running mate for Curry before eventually taking over as the Warriors' centerpiece. Instead, injuries and generally disappointing play held him back. In 2.5 seasons with Golden State, he averaged 9.9 points and 5 rebounds in 60 games before being traded to the Detroit Pistons. With the Pistons, he would play on the utterly putrid early 2020s teams, although he was unable to make much of a name for himself. In 2024, he signed a deal with the Pacers, but tore his Achilles tendon in the season opener. This summer, Indiana brought him back. He scored 4 points in his lone appearance and was waived in favor of McClung, a G League MVP and 3-time dunk champion. McClung is an exciting player, to be sure, although he only has 6 NBA appearances to his name. In the middle of Curry's prime, the Warriors were gifted a chance to add high-value talent on a team-friendly deal. They swung for the fences with Wiseman and missed terribly. Warriors could have landed elite talent. Wiseman played only 3 NCAA games for the Memphis Tigers before suspension ended his career. Head coach Penny Hardaway allegedly paid for his family's moving expenses. Wiseman was touted as a versatile scorer who could move up and down the court and dominate on defense. The draft, more often than not, is a crapshoot, and the Warriors missed out. It's easy to ask, what if? LaMelo Ball was far from a sure thing, but he's an elite scorer and all-star who could have been a franchise centerpiece, provided he bought into Steve Kerr and Draymond Green's mentality. Behind him, the Dubs could have picked Tyrese Halliburton or Tyrese Maxey, also all-stars. Also near the top of the draft were Isaac Okoro, Obi Toppin, Devin Vassell, and Aaron Nesmith. None of those players is a superstar. However, they are reliable in their role and would have given the Warriors and Curry a steady hand to lean on. Ever since the draft, Wiseman's career has showcased the Warriors' ineptitude at the time. This latest move only adds insult to injury. The Golden State Warriors have won 2 of their first 3 regular season games. Stephen Curry is setting the Nets on fire, Jimmy Butler is performing well in a Robin role, and Jonathan Kuminga is playing like he doesn't want to get traded this season. Still, it's too early to claim that the Warriors don't need to add another piece to give the Oklahoma City Thunder a run for their money in the Western Conference. If Golden State wants to go all out in an attempt to instill fear into the rest of the league, it could follow Bleacher Report's blockbuster 3-team trade suggestion and acquire a history-making 2-time MVP. Golden State, while certainly not unique in this regard, has long held Giannis Antetokounmpo atop its wish list, Buckley wrote Monday. Trade chatter about a possible blockbuster deal for the Dubs has been lingering for years, and the Warriors are seemingly already counting down the days until the 2-time MVP reaches 2027 free agency. There aren't many scenarios in which Golden State would be willing to part with Jimmy Butler, but this is absolutely on that short list. Bring Antetokounmpo to the Bay, and the Warriors would both ensure they'll be in the championship chase for however many years Stephen Curry has left, and give themselves a foundational support for the early, post-Curry years. For clarity, Buckley's multi-team trade concept would send Jaden Ivey, Brandon Podziemski, Isaiah Stewart, Tobias Harris, and draft capital to the Milwaukee Bucks, Butler and a 2030 second-round pick from the Warriors to the Detroit Pistons, and Antetokounmpo to the Warriors. Antetokounmpo, who recently became the first player in NBA history to record 60 points, 30 rebounds, and 10 assists after the first 2 contests of any NBA season, is putting the Bucks on his back to start the year. The former first-round pick is averaging 36.0 points, 16.0 rebounds, 7.0 assists, and 1.0 blocks per game on the 2-1 Bucks, shooting 68.3% from the field and 66.7% from downtown. Pairing Curry with Antetokounmpo would be a dream scenario for the Dubs, but sacrificing Butler in a potential mid-season deal for the future Hall of Famer would be far from simplistic. At the end of the day, the Warriors' activity on the trade market will depend on the franchise's performance during the early portion of the year.